those media guys who have been paid to come out and defend this, I'm waiting for them. Press conference now. Torkonoo useless.
MBA finance graduate.
More fire.
They have been to prison and back.
Dan Agbodapi.
Yes. No, a diversity implementation
committee.
Yesterday, they demonstrated her egoistic, arrogant, her
now say, security for one
the law is the law when the law is the law. Thank you.
All right, I'm saying you move be aquaba. Na yam for Ambramege TV and platform we eso. Listowel Kwesi Poku Yebeka say or a political activist. In fact, Okana Adwin Papa. Na Bobeka ya inche na mami Gertrude Anaba Seki Araba Torkonoo. Oba ni din 5 what you say. Ya mami ebeye press conference. Ni na lead to in a suspension ya omo ejina so a Yewra John Mahama enam petition ekodi nakachi a ene omo suspending as chief justice eno ho eno ye press conference no chemu a ono de onimse onyanye boni bia eti nkrofo mo frɛ no mo ka se maame retire maame resigning na no onye den onye abusia ensem we ena Listowel na Poku any Mugabe Maase. In fact, ena guy ba kosoka ho muntie tre no guy ba ko ka ho. Amodi nsem bia tudwa. Na mu kire mu a ai maame we opompi obekofie. So sine ni adin a eni nye din chen amra no. The law is the law. Said you no a oka na mrebi atwam no. Ane ni singusu ana wasere no. Ene samra na akro na aso ne nikam. Asoni ni ntumum inti onjano just like that. I was for yenti and somebody to your power FM any TV SYZ yakoba ibetwaso
ofene edware we say
say abai papa ba
ampa
abai papa ba na fantastic do Mahama ntimi ma meye mampani wa bra sabi ya ho betete
dabi
nti Nyankopon begusu ahira
nyame do ne ma
na wa ma ya tamfo nsuso animagu ase na sene ehia mizrimfo afrase ne ehia omubiem na animguase no fakese na no ebekwa ama omo a na omo peye nseye
na so anyi
apemseye fo no omo agina tuo nyina
no nyame do ne to yi free o high
free yes ti
ene wi abakwa kotonyom
ene metonyom ba metonyom
di amarade na wati mi su fe semi wo how ma metonyom ese be ma meto ayi hey listen we tonyom
anyo de me
ne ka be santi
mesua to
when you am honto
say enozo the music is the music and the music
is the law.
Yes, just as the law is the law. The music is the music.
That's the one. Aban bibi aboko de sia ya che to be nyina e to sia o baby de
after election I think say sia
that's ujina na so
kakra ndai samisiao misiao
it is well you want to say
I think that we
are say change biaba.
Oh, definitely. Ghana there, if you really want to be honest, I'm not sure say we bet me a doubt to say there has been change, not just ordinary change, but a significant change. Yes, I share the economic front is quite clear.
Fantastic.
And some institutional will be a cost. Clearly nothing say we are only hoping say Nyama bet me sustain it trigger down to the ordinary person.
Iran and Israel for changing
yes
and China ne America forces kasem so as
I say winning their way so winning their way now we focus some of these distractions in a bar ebe kan okra na entimin take away near my wire of the table.
Fantastic.
In the past you nuanom a ombesi Ukraine, Russia, and after even countries no more border Ukraine, Russia, were not even complaining.
Fantastic.
But I think I missed this particular tension between Israel and Ukraine. Fuel still drop it down. You understand? That clearly shows there are your friends saying safe hands in place are just trying to do things that benefiting Ghanaians. Early days yet, but I'm hopeful say
the way man and near Maase no.
But I'm not for so I reflect in the system.
Oh yes, because
various markets now.
So first now you thought cement, I think 135 and 140. Now about 90 yeah, obviously no.
Iron was 9,600.
Exactly.
About 8,000.
Exactly. And then dollar no depreciating as for sa near when I Ghana for my brother.
Now corporate so ko near bafo.
Kakra. And we are even expecting say come more because if 6 months in Ponia, I'm hopeful say 1 year, 1 way, yeah. So
inflation also drop.
So Mugabe, the now courageous we know be bang. We wanted policies and programs of government in ever benefit people or more minor.
But now would you say within 6 months and never bet him as a sasa?
Oh no, because I think that Nema are contentem because I have study currency said Nema ACT about drop a crown such a significant drop.
So what is the secret?
I think that some decisions are buying a take. For instance, the last time I came about something like gold board, you say mopping up all the
because
gold.
You live in your better so still
yes, now your friend is a revenue number because dollar no Nema na kofa a change in buy. And see, and that's a ultimate cotton forest in the chroma. Obviously, the pressure on the dollar no so better. What I say na make can say. And again, a bar form no a car no mine did not so significant dressing and drop it because our external debt was in dollars, you understand. So these are some of the things and once a new government takes over and the confidence return it back to the economics front, investors will come back with their money and a whole lot of stuff, hoping say the policies of the government will benefit. And John Mahama started and the first this economic dialogue forum our investors. So we are investor now what doubt about the state of the economy. That particular dialogue now, and will give you that particular hope. Enti udu sikabeba. I think that yes, I near man kakran na akikabo my na yejina babi yejina. We are just hoping say be extend to other places. Say be ya ahochira over the years. Ya form no. So betina Ghana ni enya ahotoso. So indeed, the government is really working.
But I say Avanche, you know, saying live on TV as well as that and also every home. Na you share. Sama General Mosquito National Chairman Edia Tujafa Electoral Commission topics in no any a year press conference and suspended Chief Justice on maybe a year Torkonoo or that useless press conference on the buy no useless waste of our time
and
yes and yes me 4 minutes when I'm jay was nonsense I mean the law
is the law.
Fantastic.
And is the law.
Let's get to serious business. More fire.
Kwa yo mame fa kunya we so na me nchie fo ni adofo ni atamfo a omagibre ehwe yen ena wiei. Ewie anwumre. Na memo abaso ni adwumaso awoye. As usual, Minia Ivan there. I mean, he has always caught my eye and I believe that with time no. Very intelligent.
What to Kwabranka there?
Mate Kwabranka.
Commander, what in
Bobi answer, Martinenka, or no, so the law is the law.
Kwabranka
the law is the law.
Say the weekend or maybe Adanko.
Adanko there. Say Kwabrano, Adanko now winting and a sword, you know. Say Adanko, my sword.
Adanko,
my sword.
The law
is the law. Kwabranka, the law is the law when the law is the law.
Thank you.
Enti kwabra de ne de watwim kakra
kajagum yama inkunkum
enti Mugabe we de say mame fa konya we so na mema omampani ene na pamfo nyina moni ha se ne adwumayefo be ya no moye no se osompa de awde ma omanfo a say enya de a omanfo no omo emmo empaye ma obi enu okos e friend say obi enu okonsu ogu ne tamfo ankrem na obia soso ni wa okonshira oshira ni busuefo
very true
nti me bom abaso ni adwumaso moye na mitie owura esedun ketia asem no na asem a ye mu bi no ya na ye hede ni abotre isanse ye ni soja sem no ya na eduru ba bia na edidi yeti ohunti no ya na ye pebibia jasu na de tiere se emperifo so se enframa de huhu pade a onya
sarete
na obeka ya ɔmampani kofoɔ deɛ ɔwɔ ɛwe a ɛbɛ no ɔka no ma no yɛsere sɛ nsuonwunu ɛna ɛfɛ nipa nyɛ nsuohyeɛ nti wohwɛ John Mahama ne su ne ne ban a ɛnyɛ huuhu ɛna ɔde yɛ biribiara na ɔda fam di bɔkɔɔ ɛnsoso no bebe wiase no na he has delivered, and it's not about any vindictiveness or whatever. I mean, he is just abiding by the dictates of the constitution and the law. Intino me fa me free baby a ore se edun ketia ede na asem ni betu dwana. Mugabe, every state institution, every citizen of Ghana, by law established, no, answerable to the people of Ghana. Enti se wo hwe omo background from there ora eni yeboa krama the commission no anya accountable to the people of this country no krampona from that background no kwa no I will see a timid dinner so near Cassette and conform answerable to the people of this country no cannot be in the helm of affairs. Look, we have square pegs in round holes. Square pegs in round hole no actually say nipa oni medjuma and yamane juma oye. Isan say obi eti abontin na wa ye your friend is saying abuduaba wa ye omo abuduaba and onu twetwetwe ahoma they said the koliko ohwe kwadwantwunum bia na Tom and Jerry aware no unse koliko bia na omo de na gina ho aso omo twetwetwe na obububu ne pa no saa na Akufo Addo de aye jemensa asare boss man ni sani tete ne srebo no srebo kwaku no ne omo Electoral Commission apiahene no se wo hwe ya democracy the fare by na eni kwan se sankofo we mu omo wo ho enti musume twanitia e wo ho a na matoa so wo eye anti araba de ne so
enti e kama Ivan enko
nti emremu no
yisi ho kakra
say yes ye pay Electoral Commission say ne da bia meka no every word has a meaning. As we speak no, we don't have an Electoral Commission. We have something that looks like Electoral Commission, and we say we see, and to the extent say Oma Sal etna enfie nan a omuni MP dia no ntimi nye
but the woman is very wicked,
mesre
very wicked.
Bia e wo se
bia na koma bia no
ekwa bia wo se fa na omo ana omo pese omo destroy your democracy. Ye be tu omo asen ya twi omo so mra kwan mu bibia ye illegality no me mfa so emra mu ye fa omo enkons ye frame sen emra nanim no mu nyira emra nanim na ye ntu omo nsen na kitase hye pro ye dream kankan bia akoso in the last 7 or so years omo aba in the helm of affairs bia no ye hwehwem na ye making sure say oman ni sika bia akwakodu omo nsem no ye nsabeka so we the way ani kun hotel no speed no mo di si hotel na ehun be hia say ye be hwehwem because Charles Mensa the last time I check here no onye adwuma
listen mama quick one on nsema national chairman Johnson said don't get there to nothing you move straight to annual press conference also suspending chief justice.
Okay, Mugabe, things I'm mentioning what you for Thursday class na menka say wo evening class
Thursday evening class,
yes. So wo your friend is saying the Electoral Commission ne jumadi omodi in the past. The scars are quite clear, are visible, Ghana can never forget. But here, Nema at play in this country presently now, it looks as if say the focus is not on it. But no indemnify the Electoral Commission from the criminal engagement in the lack of trust Ghana for the institution. My catcher said, you will Krobi and Kayetimi put 2 decent men with proper conviction in place. Situation like this, you will not wait. Say obi a petition and answer way. And Kajen some boss manasare, yes, your fra kwabi tete, why, and Kayetu abani we yarn and come turning in or more resignation and communion koya because the period now mo de so as electoral commissioners all that they did they destroyed the reputation of the institution called the Electoral Commission. Ordinary Ghanaian any trust, confidence, any hope via our institution, and I think that the track record are quite obvious. But it's unfortunate Nipana very often we put them in leadership position, in sensitive position like this, most of them lack integrity, they lack candor, and they think that they are service because somebody put them there. So the whole agenda is we are servicing the person or the bar and I say all the position and singing hallelujah choruses. All that they do is a bit me guarantee that particular way. Because the men son near my why you kruma and ya Ghana for na se be near be and I said yeti amanyo semasia. I'm telling you Zenka before 2024 elections in Kejato Okroma saying because there were a series of senseless decisions upon senseless decisions that these people were taking. I threatened the foundations of our democracy. In the sub-region, there are countries that the scars of electoral misunderstanding are quite clear. Obeko Sudan, Obeko Hwai, Nayate, Rebel Hwai, because of electoral misunderstanding, or they couldn't handle it. But fortunately, we were able to handle. Electoral Commission at some point in time became so belligerent to the stand there. Actors and stakeholders in the elections, they were not ready to listen to anybody. They were running the institutions at the behest of their personal twisted whether emotions or whatever that they wanted to do. So at the end of the day, they lost touch with the actors and they had to go into this particular election. And election we sat down in this country and never call election. Now a constituency Atena Kroma for almost 4 good years with data representation. That was a criminal, an engagement. As I expect to say, and something could have been done to salvage the situation because constitution guarantee everybody in this country to have a representation in parliament at any point in time. Mugabe, this woman said that Sunday, the Monday I to Abano, and issue statement a significant part of voter region from that particular way, and she denied them the representation. Yet to Abani, now we were hoping Senka sorting a mitigatory effort will be advanced to ensure that the situation. She never, because Onimisa Yakoto Abana NDC was going to win and they will have upper hand in parliament. This woman sat down and we couldn't do anything about it. And I didn't know one other call. You go into nano elections in a bit of Yablukumasema walking. Almost a pink sheet or moon. A pink sheet, the command and papa no the command. So if the Electoral Commission cannot assess pink sheet, it means that you are incompetent. You don't qualify to be there. Exactly. And the person who appointed that particular person is also incompetent. And now no yantia. America. So we follow Trump the attempted assassination on his life, They pin it on the Secret Service. Mama, the head of Secret Service, and she was nowhere near the place, but she was sacked. Why? Because the ultimate way, stop with her. So the head of the Secret Service in America, because of Trump's attempted assassination, was booted out. You understand? So that is how people take ultimate responsibility. These jokers have been sitting in office, masquerading, walking around upon all the embarrassment that they brought into this country. They still call themselves commissioners in this country. I think it's quite pathetic. And Jemensa, I'm telling her, or no petition, a good bag, I'm telling you, because no quite any day easy chain your friend saying easy because criminal activities on my no kroma boss man and some of being and waka certain post training name be on my no kroma no it will be very easy but I think say and kayanko the UK way Prime Minister na hena name nkoya no say resign na no yantiana Canada Prime Minister resign here. But so why can't they do the same thing? Honestly, you resign and go, you understand? But you say but these jokers will hang on to power until we sack them. And for me, I am concerned about the integrity of the judiciary.
The law.
And, it's the law.
Let me see why. Now for you Torkonoo. But me was like I say Bonija mame. Now Bonija so Bonnet said the ekusi we are see hini na so oden. And we just all the prepare ne mesoa. Now the boom. Now bonnet papa. Obona no ntia no asi watu hini no. Sign watu e se mame no hini no wata akiri nti emujim. Yanko yo.
Dedi kan. Mame araba esaba Torkonoo. There also be a when say ne flyer or the bar bonting say or they call a press conference no or impersonate ye say or your chief justice wabra boni FBB adjective a chere senior bibitie what you say enti say o chere brofokasa you say adjectives qualify nouns obian can say chief justice no sebi oni ebida na oye chief justice kopim say ye bo ne san ye say oko church of Pentecost na okoye eniamon ho a asoro no bo san ye nka say wonye member biem nemum udibia ekura wo a ema wo ye member no ye bo san a ye bo dibia ne so san kopim say ye be hwe wu nsemu ana say adobre beba ana ebindie beba enti so wo hwe ne statement na ne flyer na wo de beto abonten no a e che say maame no oye obi a oye niamon mu de emra no ese because wo de fani say udi bem odi efanisa se wo adwene mu no because wo adwene mu no de obi ani wono mu a odi asem wono ani tirimu a odi fo ni se nipa kakra bi a omo ankasa wo mahunim ne ye ena omtimi ka se oh ade we de mehu se ma anye ne ye sa nipa no mo no so wi ase etu de efanisa wo Torkonoo kura wo adwene mu no odi bem ena ya tu asen kopem se tu na ya tu asen no abai ebe famra kwan so reinstate you perish my thoughts anyway perish my thoughts kopem say abai ebe ka say oh to me tu say no matwe asan no you cannot hold the title chief justice we are suspended until further notice enti me who the flyer na number bontin chief justice speaks chief justice addresses the nation. I feel quite the person here to say state of the nation. It's me and me who flyer no, and I'm throw to me Facebook say. Rather no, I was so say suspended chief justice speaks. And yet, and go be any in yasem. And tia no krampo no. Say you see you dey from na kwan so a wa impersonate the office and the position of a chief justice. And no Emma ni dedi pefe say onye nipa sebi obumra
famra nya
neka obumra enye sebi nipa sebio jinjan bi no less a person say o mampani mu a and odi ne sashe krata ase ka kire wo say kofie na ye hwehwe wo nsemu
asa lekin krata
na se ebubo wa ya de huntansa asoa
o lekin krata na
enti sas de na oye no the first offense a odi betu bedwam impersonation a criminal act
and even
for a very lawless chief suspended chief justice me imagine no or outgoing to have misbehaved like this no I was say enokra no omunya enyinaso na omde twenaso eno ye one two Mugabe na sometimes yeso so sebi enipa binum so wo man mu ema omo adwene mu no omo ye te se de omo no esoten oman ne mra
untouchable
enti no sa wo hwe a efri mampani akufo do apen so eba no na nipa binum adwene ye omo se enye rule of law biem na a rule of man na rule of man bia no emma nipa na adwene ye ne se okuratu mi bi sa tumi no esoten tumi na ebia emra no dia ma no ana se de omanfo ekura Mugabe ya 1992 constitution no ade a mehu ye ne se omo ye the framers of the constitution no omo kuchira ade bi ye friend the preamble of the constitution enti so wo hwe preamble of the constitution na ɔkyerɛ sɛ power no tumi na ɛyɛ ɔmanfoɔ ɛyɛ tumi no ɔse da biara wɔ ɔman na brabɔ mu no ekura ɔmanfoɔ yankasa ekura obi ɛno nti ɔmanpanin kura mpa sɛbi odi yɛn so a nɛ sɛbi obetumi akasa Ghana nyinaa no kafi obi ankɔda nsia no ɔno mpo kura mpo no yɛse ansa na obetumi ateki saa tumi no anaasɛ obetumi ayɛ biribi no agye so akɔ mmarahyɛ badwam nti wohwɛ yɛ a time a COVID-19 baayɛ no ɛkufo do yɛ sɛ wo a wode wo pɛ ɛbɛkɔ akɔgyina baabi wo kasa wo hyɛ nose mask anaasɛ ɛbɛkɔ akɔ preach ma ne kyekye asɔfo bi kɔ akɔgu mu kae wonim sɛ ɛkɔ mmara ni mu a mmara no bɛkyerɛ sɛ ɔmampanin ni saa tumi no ɛno nti na mampanin kura mpo no ɔwɔ member of parliament yi a ɛnɛ me ne wo kasa owura John Mahama ɔwɔ mmarahyɛ badwani a ɔyɛ ɔno John Mahama his excellency ni nsi anan mu wɔ mmarahyɛ badwam enti president mpo kura mpo no ɔno na ɔwɔ tumi a sɛbi ɔmanfoɔ kura de ato abama no ɔno ntimi nyina badwam ɛnka sɛ me mampanin no mesi sei obi ankɔda by force ontimi yi sɛ wɔde afa mmara kwan so na wohwɛ maame Torkonoo ni su ne ne ban a no wonder sɛ
ɛne ne
ne papa ne Agya Kofi Abraham no wonder ɔntete ba nani atra nani ntɔn
muadeɛ
sɛ wohwɛ from the behavior time a na ɔyɛ chief justice no na yɛbɔ owura Muhammad din sɛ ɔnsɔre mɛkasa na wohwɛ deɛ ewura ɔsɔbre n'ano ɛsikyere n'ani fi n'ani pɔkyere n'ani bi ɛde hwɛ owura Muhammad ne nya ni a sɛ bia bi ni fie wohwɛ saa behavior no misbehavior na ɔnsɛm fata obi a sɛ bio ɔwɔ su ne ban a yɛdidi ɛyɛ saa chief justice no Mugabe obi wa busa sɛ ɛdeɛ na nnu esi and was there a need for it? The question is, Mugabe, to what end? Press conference here no obey ye. When you tina me catch us say MPP lawyer bien wa onimumra.
Judge.
They only know the judge. And tina say MPP for so musu Torkonoo be free ye ni ebeti nyina yakɔ
minority for mo to tia.
Maami we on fa mra nya adwuma. Na senko obi a ode mra ye adwuma Mugabe emra no constitution na kan yo enye sebi any other law a yebetimi aka so we de emra kunini ne kura etia se obusa lawyer bia wo Ghana ha ye say process ne kura mpo a ye de eyi chief justice adi no enya de a ewo se emu bia no ebebeda badwam enti petitioners me and sending now much petitions no normally like I normally do and come back to me cry leaky petition na my public no but o man leaky petition na ma ekodu man pani ho o man pani leaky petition no e ma o de come council of state o man leaky petition no ko pem say maame Torkonoo na ono krampo no asem fa ne ho no o tro come man pani say o man pani entimi ma say wo se ya de petition bi aba a efa me ho wabra mi na se bi asem efa me ho no o ma me copy no man pani so no na waye na adwe wasi na adwene mu pi se me fa mraw na etire bi ekoliki a wa be ka se me mom kra na maliki no kopem se o man pani de petitions no e bi ma maame Torkonoo no Mugabe ni ebetena studio ha ni e sufre copies of the petition e boa me kwa na me ni se emremu no eni kwan se omu e petition ni betu badwam e ma me be ka no studio ha se ye be se omu me hu copies no ni enkenkan e ma ora fari so fosu kwa achi be dina public ka kire ye nyina ye se enya dia omu betimi dia ma public no because emra no emra kunni ne se e wo se enye shredded in secrecy kopim se ma me no beko me boa ya di petition ni kopini mama me no ade atia na before a press conference oh we assemble the home ada no odi ni kura tu kwan e na ade be na fa no mark gira baabi
samfun
no mu ke kan sem hu a Mugabe
ya ka fon kan
e ho na me ka kire Ghana for say me ka kire mo say ma me wei onye chief justice bia or chief injustice oye wo bia oye MPP for women organizer ye na court na adwuma bia oye bia ye MPP adwuma nye o man adwuma
enam ne ye enti
ne ne su ne ban enti because kopem se John Mahama no de petition ne kopese mama me no na ani abonten John Mahama mo de kopese ma no na MPP fa copy no and on the page na public and on the press conference me boa mo kasa me boa enti se wo hwe sa anioma o ye na na wo hwe de na o da na di na o ye up to something
you know the way na contempt na
a contemptuous just that the committee doesn't have any power to draw her before the committee to punish her for that offense even though entino me hwe me say committee no omon fa no tese de sebi abrewa wo yin from abone wo ne nana no mani
munya ni tamu nya nko
na omunyo omadwuma esan say adwuma na omo ye de ama omo no na ye oman adwuma de Torkonoo ya ne de etese de sebi aboa tafre bi nam osun bi ataso
oso on resign
resign ne de resign na Akufo do cry afam no
baby ejina sese
baby Akufo do cry afam
emra no de na ka baby ojina sese obetima resign na oberita
baby ojina no cry no or resign cry enye yie na bedi na asem no se ye sefata ena sebi se utie press conference na oye na Mugabe na medwin se oba begina mra bi so aka se o mampani afom mra bi ana se bi a council of state for afom mra bi ana committee ni members no krampo ma afom mra bi
motata no
and someone what can who be brother sem say abababo bi anim na say bi anim kan say bi nti a wo say na ebi nu kro mo phone Torkonoo na we afi say wo krampo we chief justice na wo ka che say ye ba quarter me na me civilian no say me wo dreadlocks krampo e wo say me kata so by force e wo say me show suit wo na ato atare ma me wo nu nyamu da ye wo Ghana ha na wo na be che de yenye asomafo say o phone adaya ya threaten me obi a wo what me aye lawyer o papa e kwa yo fa so a oye ya pamni free kofodia se tech krampo no kram nka ho asem ne
another day
wunti o papa ya pam no si ya so akofa ne ma bi ama e ho sansam
de so nka no na de o se
me ka tell e kwa ya papa no fa so a o twa school fees
Torkonoo na
what ma say yanka ho asem na wo ba be ka say ya threaten to wo ko school no nim say ya threaten wa wo ba bi e wo so de wa asem ko na wo be ka threaten Ghana ha. Do you know how you have used the weaponized court now to threaten the lives of many? Do you know how you have made Ghanaians under your torture? No? Do you know how you have made us feel? What say send you be threatening lives? Do you know how you are threatening our lives as a judge? When you are sitting in the comfort of your court, dictating the pace of all the to the extent maybe Mugabe. Now we are Ghanaian. Ya kasa kokota na kwese ya budia okay etino sanyo na obegina bedwam keka ne nyoma no de mesi no wode mede usie no wode ye e de adane nsem nkwanta obi no ye owo sympathy bia Torkonoo
onko
me no hu eya na ensemi bi wo ha mramu no ntino ntimi nka ne ye eni se we no nka committee bia hu hia e wo se nkomu woni nkunsa no mo woni nkonsa na baby obekwa akoto no so no prapra ne hu wie na wati kokoni wa no hu fia na ko de asu anyansa ya te Ghana ha hwede na afa no market ne woye ena awia tete odi asema be down 2 o'clock wa ye panel 3 o'clock na judgment aba me de LGBT asema be to anim asema na aka fa ho ya jiji yi na fi Ghana ha minority caucus led by who the tonum wo mo fa asema ko ban court omu di asem no edru MPP for asem so bia ene ohu hare etimi de mesrese sebi committee ni nkoso anya na adwuma
okay
Ghana for yo so ya dwen kire be koso a kire obi ani wonu ma sebi obehu Torkonoo mobo wa hu ye mobo wa bra na ehia no wa hu ye mobo time ani ye tumutu asem aba wan ka bia moayen osori na akogina puppet anim no as we preach no sanko fu mu nyina so bi Christopher nti na nanse na ja sori ko no eti mesre obia ntre na adwen fa ho se Torkonoo no na adwen ya ne se say law no nya law bi na fe emotions na emotions a onko so no emotional drama ye be ko so ahwe me do no na me data san me ko tobi ehwe ni nyina me concert party na wo ye onko so na onye concert no committee ni nya na djuma opa ma ni si committee na nim committee ni be tro se wa ama absenteeism and fire ho one ko obi a hu say how can you think say Ghana for betina ho I'm a wounded lioness like you as ababaji wadwa now baba be chair de wo pe we have had a new chief justice
is
acting
very well and say
kopim say chief justice here wo hoyi obey na djuma awie no Ghana for tanachi owura pafo boni no yire mo nkoso ara mo mu adwuma esa me donso na me nso tia
aye avan so se na ese me ye ba kope aye asase mpeti avan ebi se ma me na sesa mo fa fo nyin nto so ma me abra na oka the law is the law no ene eye nura de no production team wait my me favor na motumi aye nti we ye nura de no we opposition ma hwe abra na owo power kufado abra so ntima hu the difference no mu de mumie ntie tu no the law it ono kasa no smile but no am say nanim no I to say okay enyane sa but listen me no we are ebia 2 minutes be ha na me say the law is the law ana ma me boa.
No matter how many noises are made, the law is the law.
And radio, no, any difference, no. Bono kakrawa me why wadaruma.
The lodge facility that the hearings are being conducted in.
CIA. Thank you. Redaction team. Mu ye juma ni say animo mani aje. Ivan. Moga. Yanko.
The time I mentioned with Dr. Amia Holy Family Hospital of your program.
Oh, touch my right.
Medical director. Okay. And Raminya Quenya press conference in a Kakrabat, Mantibia, because I was very embarrassed and very ashamed looking at Nema na Air Koso. But Osha the Air Koso, you could see a visibly shattered woman, or you broken and clutching at straws. And some now all cannot be anywhere, Sabi, Ubetimi and Yansa. Oh. And for her as a chief justice, I'm for well respect for her and as a for no, they were all acting on a grown woman acting on children's wisdom.
Oh, Ivan.
So be a when but wisdom now all pretty no, I am cry wisdom. So there because near man and Augusta no, you know. I said, why suppose you know, set Ghana for tetanus and Nabasa Mugabe. And what she did yesterday, no. Or no ankasa sealing the fate, she's done. And I am saying that she cannot continue to be chief justice. Maybe I the reason why. So nearmana mamene ye and rana. Petition na the constitution says must be heard in camera. And the actors in it no any right to bring it to public. Actors. The constitution says the whole proceedings must be heard in camera. The Chief Justice of the Republic of this country, and the administrative head of the Judiciary, it is her job to safeguard the integrity of the Judiciary. She is privy to this constitutional provision, but decided, say, a document that is supposed to be a private document and the Constitution explicitly says, say, must be heard in camera, no, or time petitioned by TV, so Eba bekika munsam de chere Ghana for doing that, you know, your position as a chief justice become untenable. Asabla meka no enti committee no proceedings na ekoso no se maame no di bem kura na se osan ba we can drag her to court for this massive constitutional breach for her to be removed because adia oya and na meka say because she's emotionally your friend saying driven, you know, and she's acting on children's wisdom, no. Onyo who said what she did yesterday, you know, or no ankasa signed the fate. The last nail to the coffin, you know, or the bomenra. Because what she did yesterday, you know, was a flagrant abuse of the constitutional provision. That was the destiny must be heard in a way. And I gave Mugabe. nsem na ojina man na okeka you could see conspiracy theories because nothing she said that grounded in law because law no you ever say winnim nyansa apa kofa legon regu yam still winnim nyansa say winnim nyansa apa legon dynasty or pa kofa no fatwati anopa because in some na all can the poverty of intellect logic any reason and I will begin to ask yourself mommy when annoy chief justice because in some now can be hot general for instance or say Edu's lodge modern corner intimidating who cares about your personal emotions who cares about your personal emotions you don't call your friends Edu's lodge you are talking about somebody you are being accused and the constitutional process has been set in motion you don't determine where that particular proceeding should happen whether be a state and they choose you. And at the end of the day, where they choose, has nothing to do with Edu's lodge now mobile be to her. What kind of nonsense is this? But because she's arrogant, she doesn't see say Nemana or good anymore say. What's it?
Arrogant.
Oh, very arrogant, very despicable, filthy, arrogant character. And your fancy because and yes, sir, and can you know how can you do this? Because again, process now air cost, it's emotion. You are part of the process. You've not disconnected yourself from the process. Judges she's casting some kind of a spin on the judges, especially Justice Ponamine, because the reason is Daniel Ford no de asema
Supreme Court ansana mamebe.
Wonati
2016 no otesu.
Ponamine na ote a case no so no adi asem ama Daniel Ford pen ama Daniel Ford adibem. Justice Asiedu na no issue no mo de court no wadibi enti no enu enti no omonye ya friend say ombaye bias. But this is a Chief Justice, the administrative head of the Judiciary. We make sure that people will be integrity-driven individual. Honesty and candor will be on their part. Now, you as a Chief Justice cannot guarantee the honesty and the integrity of the people you are working with. And you want the ordinary Ghanaian to guarantee that particular thing. And America says, some now can. So what's now rationally, if you want to put it on the table and analyze that, you could see clearly say, and she rather exposing herself. And again, one accusation or kind of say, Shining Star no crown or court registrar we are. There is nowhere in the constitution that says say group at the petition back president that they should be a registered group. There is nowhere in the constitution that says a mutual petition president even within crime fanshim. But it is only fair say you breach the principles of natural justice in anonymity no, I'm saying that there is nowhere in the constitution that says Trump petition president you remove go and read the constitution. It is nowhere say even your name should be there. But in implementing it, we are human beings. You cannot accuse somebody without knowing your accusers, and it's the reason why I am making it sure say okay be known. So be able to verify. That is why I want whistleblowers and sometimes proceedings to me cause but we're able to deal with the issue to the logical conclusion. I'm not a lawyer, but look at this coherent analysis that I'm making. But this is a Chief Justice, and she's making all this nonsense of allegation, just trying to build up conspiracy theories. Sabia Ghana for being say she's being hounded. Adia Oyen and running was a smear campaign directing at John Mahama, just trying to shop public attention. Sabia man for being say but what near my why you at the home?
Yeah, Tim.
Oh, me say
dead on arrival.
She's just a small piece of the bigger judicial puzzle now. Yeah, try to solve no. Oh no, she's insignificant too. Yes, she's insignificant. She's just a small piece of the larger puzzle. And because the average Ghanaian now who call for sympathy, is concerned about the integrity of our judiciary. And for me, where I sit as a Ghanaian, in recent time, when I look at the Supreme Court, rulings every Supreme Court, a market woman at Makola can look at it and say there is no sense in the ruling. For instance, how can you tell me it's a birth certificate and yet your friend is saying primary document. But travel document are a passport. If you are not traveling, you don't need a passport. Travel document is a private passport. How can we be sensible as a judge and make this particular ruling? These are things that my mom for lose trust and confidence in the judiciary. And again, my man Ankasani doing. And she's talking about your friends integrity. Yantia Akufo-Addo appointee Obi a oyɛ failed parliamentary candidate of the MPP in the person of George Jau. Emane betena panel so. Issue no by Gau, issue no by no. Your friend is saying, sorry, LWC concern about Chief Justice Kachira and say, proceeding na ekoso no, any political issue. I'm asking her, say, proceeding na ekoso no. Is it a political issue? Because Daniel Ofori is not a politician. Police in India or this you look any politician. Shining Star any politician. So what is a problem? And again,
when you be defending it to say a former attorney general, MPP for any idea. Oh,
I don't know that Mugabe. My man can some back control. One of the in some no me no one. In some no kind of see oh Shining Star no or person come make Gina I say or mama to 2 or one. Almost another sound baba. Okay, sir, we know kind of say like she want to put them and ask them questions, you know. They are not ready. Court and by force. Now I would have 2020 elections I call it. Chachu Chikata wanted your Jay Manson to come and testify. Mo catch say mo man no crime man Begina box and yanto na Torkonoo can movie. Na obi a Shining Star no so me or my testify because you can just write affidavit in support of your friend's initial petition and the court will sit on it. That is what I'm telling you, sir. You see, if or you be a sense of shame because she will not be putting that package of nonsense that she put out there yesterday.
Press conference.
It's just she was just manufacturing nonsense and attempting to sell same to Ghanaians, but we are not ready to buy it. And again, I say president establishing the premier facia, no president Ed, and I'm asking her and challenging her as a Supreme Court judge, say. Constitution article being a president breach here because Mugabe yati the constitution is very vague in its interpretation dealing with some of these. It says the president will receive a petition and forward same to Council of State to establish merit credence and make sure the threshold within which something can be identified as a petition or qualified. Right. President J and all forwarded the same to Council of State. Mamen can say yati there is no single constitutional procedure be a certain emotional regularizing how premier facie should be established. All that we know is the president receive a petition for it to Council of State. That has always been the process. Yet there are any problem so now president I the same process. You have the gut to come to the public space and say you are being handed for the and nobody even wanted to resign at this point. We want to get to the bottom of this particular matter. And again, also President Asane a warrant of way on Tiasia. You see, this woman is a joke. Mugabe tie, my time tie. So, constitution, you know, it's quite clear. You don't need to go to law school. And what I say, constitution is say Council of State established the premier facie, which means credence has been established. And the next line, I say you set up a committee. So president set a committee. Then there is a constitutional discretionary injunction on the president to exercise either to suspend the woman or let her stay. That power is solely rested with the president. Nobody can exercise that power apart from the president. So this is the power that president has exercised. Then the Chief Justice goes on public and says, what? I think she should give us a break. And again, last one. Or say, I'm on for a threatening is on resigning. Now, will be a Chief Justice will be threatening press conference. Why don't you go to the police? Fantastic. So you see, I think that what she did was an attention shopping stunt. Something or try to blackmail the president. But trust me, John Mahama a mistake now of falling for some of these things. Now, now or institute woman where you pressure so I think that is bigger than the one who pay because Ghanaians are more pay say yen sanitize your judiciary. You don't so change or no more fighting for. But we want the judiciary to be sanitized, and for me that is what we are looking out for.
Yenia Obama ya o Angel FM. Nyame ya adoma memenda ebe ewo adroba mufamfo nyine entuso ne maame yi eba so enua Rashid ya ne wona nanom FM ono so ni nua ba eno no nti ye maame madam Habiba Rashid wato nanom ewo nsiedo te nyame ya adoma eda a Saturday the 29th June 2025 ewo adroba and omodi a no a adwa ni bibia be de bekoso tienua a Sadiq a Obama of a Angel TV and Angel FM Yamaho a shedding near Bushani fantastic one, fantastic. About the Nedomia Netum Kwama watch Friday, Ebedisha. Listen, Medase for your time.
That's na me be too for say obi ahwe Torkonoo ahwe asie no fan tu ne ho.
Very well.
San say emre eni ho madasani bi.
Beto yom dia ma rade.
Na wetie mi sun frɛ.
Ready.
Nti Mugabe mame emfa konya we so nchia eye fonya.
Okay.
Big brother almost so
Big brother motors.
Big brother motors.
Georgia phone suit teacher ya ne ya.
Fonya.
Kodi apulache.
Say no. Who say
agro na guara.
Na bi ewu.
Power kase ebo na ebo.
Ko for na emfa me nkoye.
Ashe bi mu ensa power se yi bi dia ma omu. Into all the three arms, the executive, legislature, and then the judiciary. Media, no, we being the fourth estate of the realm, we know we recognize it biasa. And you heard the echo. But today, and no Abraham Temi Kema, metie suspended Chief Justice are on Mebimuno. Let me be saying, one say, I want to read law, yes. And very soon I will start. Now, me come my dream say, into Ghana ha. One more me lawyers and now me judges on Kwani Nimbrana. Some so me can kind, me obi a me a history to me park and kai pa. Because me for me no mo ko school the omu say I can kind yet me obi a me park and kind. Beti my LPM say ewo ha nyina me hwe paper bia so me classmate for me no mu wie school ubi sa me obi a number telephone number me bo ama ubi sa me ministers obi a number me bo ama me hwe paper bia so eye adom achede opa kenkan ya wokọ wanim especially obi a we nsentwere ni da bia wo se wo ready ti sometimes obi timu we say Mugabe won na ebeda na mada me da enye yie. Yes, because me dad me no challenge no obesa me ho te me ndan we sa me ho ba bia me ko bia no me stars na omo shane because number 1 na me pe but then me bisa me ho say we a Chief Justice suspended you knowing very well say ba bia ye duro no o resign a enye yie o retire enye yie na utu futuro go Ghana fo ani say when you ready say over resign and about retire. I mean, what is all this sabe nonsense coming from? Like as if we don't read, we don't know A and we don't know B. All these are nonsense. It doesn't make sense to me. Because nonsense, I mean, it doesn't make sense to every Ghanaian. Will be a parking kind. Yeah, we're reading 1992 constitution. Go reading 2 out. No say no dem amene be kai no nyansa sem bi anim say journalist bi to make our Ghana how say it say no futuro no betu ye ope public sympathy but she won't get it from anywhere, and that is why I'm here today. Yes, so sympathy now open unya your appointees or those who appointed you know you can go and then done with them, whatever you want to do with them, do with them. But the time is over. You can't resign and you can't retire. The law is what? The law is what? At least let me hear your voice. The law is what?
The law is the law.
The law is what?
The law is the law.
You can't resign and you can't retire at this stage.
Yes, not at all.
You can't.
That's what I prefer.
So you coming out as suspended Chief Justice to tell Ghanaians they say, "Won't resign and resign or China or retire." A nonsense, Madam Torkonoo. A nonsense. It doesn't make any sense to any Ghanaian. You can't convince me. Because where we are now, no, you can't retire and you can't resign. suspended Chief Justice. And now one man home, see and discuss so. Yes. And that, 2020, a year elections, no. Muna waka say James Amo Medina Dakem, and Ameboa. And I say, Yamu Bia Medina, my how. I buy the boy, Tachino, Sabana near the Baba. And this is for my check. Yes. What's what corner James happy? I ain't the boss when you follow. 146 now. 146 now. Those media guys who have been paid to come out and defend this, I'm waiting for them. Messenra press conference now. A Torkonoo a useless. Suspended Chief Justice press conference now be a waste of your time. So Baji airwaves you know that peak time. You was here discussing your papa our Ghana. You have been suspended. Be in that corner. Be there. Remain there. We don't need anything from you, Madam Chief Justice. Yeah, you're suspended. You're suspended. We need powers to be able. We say your teacher go. You have go for. We say go achi. Yes. Power na ye adwuma no. Sa abaya ya odian. So say the law is the law. A man na ye adwuma no. Baby a pa no. I want you say yeah, tears are from now. Why in the Constitution? Tell us. Me say me obi a me parking kind. I don't need a lawyer to come and tell me say where we are no, Madam Suspended Chief Justice. You can't retire or you can what resign. That time is over. The initial stage, and I now want that well. So 2 million year you can decide say you both within say you refer where you need to Council of State bra 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 you establish anything that stage ka resign ya ka unu obi ani asem by establish it prima what against what you can resign and you can retire. The law is the law. So the other catch here nyina no sabi a nonsense ade a nonsense say nyasa bia nya dan enim mutani ye onyatem didie a useless nonsense and waste of our time. That peak time waste and that sympathy now you will never get it. The law is the law. When you tell speak and say gunachi and now the office say what the wakwatena fie to power say who address the nation about what when you Ghana man be kasa about what are you the president? And you why on say I mean obi why on say afanyo markings mo every before no money so more opposition no useless ones. Alisa share in this country let me say it here today. I've gone through a lot. I have what? Gone through a lot. Minya land issue. They changed the judges 3 times. Yes. Last year, 15th May, 16th May, 2024, and a minya judgment. First one, you see the gun chain. Second one, you gun chain. Third one, I fed ye. The metitini say, judge and a kurane be a winning ewo contest bi. The matter is a judge and a kurano, court no dia semono, ya chena yeden afi ho. Because obi the petitioner command Chief Justice Torkonoo we. And later, me be a jawa hano, omutu sa lawyer no. The lawyer's name is Lawyer Kwaku Pencil. And if it's a man, he should stop that land. Ma winning no. And me say, me check background no. Why you juma okufa do chambers me? And now no, what onya the chambers. Ti woman sit down when you know no be a tremansu, but only Mugabe na be den, e be tremansu assassin so. You can never fight Mugabe and win. Never. For 3 years, Adawudu was my lawyer. Adawudu. And I'm saying it here today. Person one of someone on the circle withdraw that petition or the coin. I didn't want to go forward. It is 1 year, over 1 year now. 16th May last year. I didn't want to go forward. Yes, and no nobody to come me a lawyer, minim judge, minim chief justice, near the Benjamin for Sassi, me a tankoliga bigger. We a man go to the land. Maje, would you know when you are not draining in a because judgment near the Ekurami. I feel no bones of powers here, Juma. Yes, yes, and when go for no mudilio. And look at the area. Walusu, a senior lawyer, Walusu, with me Mugabe. No Walusu, Poto. Niasa final 20,000 Ghana. Now when namo chiri, niema. Say you be a what power over microphone. You quite the way dear because you opposition. Well, access to the chief justice. To obey petition ahead a command. Judge now, what you can't go to the same court again. What prevents you from going to appeals court of appeal? One has stop all to obey a petition. Yes, and judge no soon minimum baby, many communicate. We yeah, Mokoye Atamazuya, many communication be our baby. And yes, in the fight, mammy. Today, would I now say, I can't with them. You can't continue. Yes, that Adama Pataku family, you can do blow. They will show you where power lies. Papa now they are court and say dear same new 80 something years. Obako to Amusonimu and I'm more than afro slow. Ye dear same new 1 month to no. Oba to me ma. My dad papa is hard na be record. You we are chenu. And now there was a man. Step there. And you see where power lies. Listen to the word. You see where power lies. I'm sending a warning to them today. Someone here near my baby behind the scenes. But some of us, we decided not to talk. But the time is now for us to voice out. The judiciary. The judiciary. Afanyama case munim judge. To bet me a court. Now, suspended chief justice. What to me, I had set a panel say, Mukodi Asemono. There be asuno timubi. Unanimous for. It is over. That time, Yebenya National Security Minister Abakati say, Sadabiano judgment in favor of the government here, a threat to national security. For the first time, a sitting not former, serving a cabinet minister, serving under an administration. Ababa out Abakati said, Judiciary, no, Yamoya no Musheni. One cannot your mama time, cannot go 4 time. Torkonoo na uti hobi. Ene ya suspend o. Na me sameti ai, me general manager, ni ya suspend me na metifia. Asema kwaso wa ha me fa ho bai. Se bia me post ni ya interdict me a. Asema IGP ni ko for eye headquarters. Me wa no ho kwansa me de ma no kwa kotum. Ye investigate, ye hwehwemu. Hwehwemu ni yue. Utuma pa America. Ebe 2 foot go Ghana fo ani. Suspended chief justice. We name law. Also why a judge for 20 something years? Why a lawyer for by we name law? You don't know the law. Oh boy, we name mra. And brother head the can't call school choir name say enya establishes prima facie against you. Want to me retire and want to me resign. It yeah mami Torkonoo. Oh boy. Fear the obako. Wunya hwe so ko said you know one another ya no sana yesu ma ya no so be 146 na Charlotte say edin no ye won so by press conference aba de bo touching and man ya de baba ya trama Ghana man for be pejo mu useless people take it say the law is the law and baby o maduro no be atimi kan o masem am for bread under the useless president Akufo-Addo anymore. And the time is now for us say you better reset Ghana. You better reset the judiciary. You better reset the parliament. The executive. Bibia Juma. Code of conduct. Juma appointed bien who about misbehave. Who misbehave or fire. Me medical fire. Kudos to Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Asiama. Fire them without fear or favor. Dr. Johnson Esiama, fire them without fear or favor. Obi anya Ghana ni nche obi o. Yatra ana Torkonoo mu hunahuna amanfo Ghana ha. Subhanallah. Torkonoo hunahuna amanfo ha. Ya de judges, am people for him judges. Hunahuna amanfo Ghana. That time, that era is over. Yes. Mikasa se obi a me what to me na mekasa kire. The time is now. And amamu we no me meka ho bi. Jo ma ofreli a ma freli or succeed a ma succeed. Ghana subedi and John Mahama, he has started very well. The lives of my boss Honorable Julius Zabra, Dr. Kalisus, Joyce Bawa, Sandogbe, Omo Bua John Mahama. The ministers, Dr. Omane Buama, Honorable Kofi Bua, Honorable Akando, Honorable George Napo, Honorable Samuel Okujoto Ablakwa, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, Honorable Muntaka, Lawyer Sami Jenfrey, Dr. Esiama, Dr. Keselatu Forsen. Name them. Edoji Tamakro, Honorable Elizabeth Ajare, Honorable Eric Opoku, Honorable Colin Zada, and Haja Yedin. Dr. Randy Abbey. Capacity Dr. Randy Abbey. My good brother, Dr. Randy Abbey. Honorable Kofi Adams. Elvis Afriye Ankra. Marietta Bill Opon. Malik Basintali. Eric J. Asafo J. Honorable Dr. Amwakohene. Honorable Nelson, Western Regional Minister. Fantastic brother. Honorable Bukari, Transport Minister. Honorable, you name them. Ken Ajay. Namu urafo ya makwakwa trafie we ya. Ya soswane mu kakra bia na mu yedidi. Mu pedede wo Ghana ha. What forces na na adwuma no. Nothing has changed. Madam Suspended Chief Justice, being now your small corner. We are not ready to listen to any nonsense, any useless statement. Never discuss in the media. You have been suspended. Be quiet there. Quiet. You do
Be quiet and don't be silly.
Be quiet and don't be silly.
Yes.
We are the famous NDC. We are in power.
Yeah.
Suspended Chief Justice. Be quiet and don't be silly.
The law is the law.
The law is the law. Nothing has changed. Allow them to do their job. You are not better than those on the committee. You are not better than them. What been some our court European press conference? What happened? Fire, let's go.
Mrs. Ruby Brown, me area mu. Mrs. Ruby Brown.
More fire.
Sister, she goes home tomorrow. Wow, 84 years. More
fire.
And Engineer Brown, the wife.
More fire.
Can she be and say,
yeah,
Mugabe. Show in some way, Chief Justice, I are suspending now. Akakakra in the middle of investigations. Akakakra, I be pamono. One will say, Waba public to come and
fire.
Court public sentiments. She would not get it. She's here to court public sympathies. She would not get it.
A contempt.
Yes, it's a contempt of the committee's sitting because it's supposed to be in camera and nothing is supposed to be heard. Yes, the DPR Bontimba. Now, no, as you, the person who is being reviewed, who are here, useless, who are Pia Babonti, who Nimra, on some catcher say, on no need no Kayano, the law is the law. No. Not 2 minutes crano.
Yes.
And now
there are 2 minutes finish.
And I make sure say, if the law is the law, who kita law now protecting law, you also must be checked. So one says, see, Arino. Then they said the law is the law because it ended with her. But now it is beyond her. The law is the law is the law. See, I know
And she's not better than those.
I'm saying that the principles not the buy no. Etunase. Because to me no, just time tells the story. Mugabe, Emreka kra etwa emu ya yehunu wo TV so na on John Mahama kasa wo baby. Na shenenim say no see. Yes, look at her memes that she expressed on national television. Yesterday I tried to see her face. How she's troubled. Shenenim nenima etum to musa semno. Electrify no. The law is an electricity.
The law is what?
It's an electricity.
Yeah, more fire.
What do sakoka? One can hear more fire. Protective clovia. A bit shocking.
My ankle come.
And I shocking no. What do you see obi? You free fear you go see law. What's it 38 years? Bonche. The law is the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. More fire. Third one actually. Yes. 1 year. 1 year. Or me JM.
Any baby no.
No.
The time so.
When na. One no marking court at 2 o'clock. By 5 no I am panel. When
12 and
by 2. I am panel.
Yes, 1 year.
Time tells a story. I'm saying time tells a story. She should show me our eyes. You now need a press conference to do what?
To do what?
In the middle of your investigation.
What are they saying for?
I don't know.
And who should listen to?
No, maybe the 3.8%. That's what I'm addressing. Nobody will listen to me. The law is the law is the law. Third one. Third participant.
Where are your first half?
And
the way
we want to hear the voices of reason. They must rise above her discord. And then speak up because she wants to spill the law because she's in trouble and she has lost it. And no one
is above the law.
Nobody is allowed. You call someone prison where who doctor no where who no. There be the law or no so. When you are someone no about Hobino, Abbas, Sule Ali Gabas. Yes, no. When who former headmaster, assistant master,
Dr. Chembua.
When Dr. Chembua, Amu Kita
Katamakwa.
When
Chachuba Sunanamida.
Salome. So yeah, Papa, let me refer the Kwame Prepare. I'm body there. Say me sorry.
I was such a
MBA finance graduate. More fire. They have been to prison and back.
Dan Agbodapi.
Yes. No, a diversity implementation committee. Yesterday, they demonstrated her egoistic, arrogant, her
security near the for one who no, it shouldn't be.
Look at what she talks about. No, she talks about the position as Chief Justice. Me as Chief Justice. 6 feet at last. Who are there now? They call. Who are now Chief Justice for Ghana? And I'm going to Chief Justice.
Chief Justice for my
and it must get to you clear. To pension emoluments are Emma Winsem. And you are not the first person as Chief Justice who has been removed. If you don't know, let me remind you. Justice Seyaku Kosa, are you any better person than that man? Yes. Kwame Nkrumah removed him when he failed to sentence the people who were
Seyaku Kosa.
Yes, Seyaku Kosa.
So social studies are now.
Mugabe, I did all together.
Fantastic.
I know Aku Kosa. I know the grandson who is a lawyer, a competent lawyer.
It was a Chief Justice. And yesterday said, "Where your first time, man? You're a Chief Justice."
It cannot be true. She comes from Winneba. Aku Kosa comes from Winneba. Aku Kosa comes from Winneba. She should know
the same place.
Yes, where she comes from.
Thank you.
Aku Kosa was removed. Say Aku Kosa.
Fantastic.
I know the grandson. I'm saying he's an effective lawyer in town today.
More fire.
Giving many people legal services. Highly intelligent person. And look, the reason for the in-camera hearing, you have broken it. The Article 146.2, you are in breach of the 1992 Constitution, madam. You are in breach of it. You have come to tell us the story as pertains in the in-camera hearing. We don't want to listen. The state does not want us to listen. That is why the state shelved it from us in this article. And there's a reason to it. You have broken the trust of the people. Courting public sentiment. Yes. Now yet certain committee yet was in the middle of it. Who appear prosecuting? Who challenge committee? Who to I am Pierre? Look at the hatred and venom coming from your mouth against Gabriel, Pamwine, Scott. What? I mean, the chairman of the committee. Look at how the words that came out of your mouth to describe
useless statement.
To describe Gabriel, Pamwine, Scott. How and why? That's hatred. And then one of your vilifiers, I say so because you call them vilifiers, Daniel Ofori, who has a case against you. That man, look at the words you used to describe him. Mami pa officer ubro bi so.
Onye obi a.
And you got to do a press conference.
What?
This is what I call press theatrics. Theatrics of the press. Me yesterday I didn't watch. Me you do share. If I like we be fear ko mu dum TV no. Go imam ni ade, mu dum TV am share. Onu ni
e nonsense.
Doesn't make sense. Emre times has really told the story. Mugabe, look,
waste of
this is a clear case of what I call a brazen orgy of a facade to cut public sentiments. Na nie we ono ka so tim na say o say be ya di na dunu, ya di na nusuo ni mu. What say
kura wo da nsuo mu.
Pray biom. Nti na wie ya ba. Nti so pray. No, do be akọ. She's clutching onto straws on high oceans. Waka. Yes. You know. It's Mugabe. 146 na. 146 na. Yes, that's it.
I did salute to say ko.
146 na.
The men are self preparing.
They say 146 na.
The men are boss my any appear.
Mugabe. Yesterday it was a cacophony of unredeemed noises coming from that Torkonoo woman. Tell her that I said so. So the law is the law.
She's nobody.
Is the law.
She's nobody.
She has been caught up in
suspended.
Yes.
Quiet.
You called those times.
Be quiet.
That there were cacophony of noises.
Be quiet.
Today,
Madam. House of folk you must be
quiet and don't be silly. Madam Torkonoo, listen.
Fantastic.
The law is ahead of you.
Yes.
You rather went to learn the law. So the law is far ahead of you. And there are people who know the law better than you. You are put in your position not based on merit, but by political partisan coloration. And today it is clear. You sit with those people who appointed you at your press conference. They are the people who are running around you. A former attorney general is your lawyer. So everybody has seen your partisan coloration. Indeed, you could not be chief justice. Indeed, you cannot be chief justice as a partisan as you have demonstrated even in recent times. So your suspension
spoke about
you will never come back.
About the judges.
That's Mugabe. That's what I want to tell you.
Was shocked.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Listen, Mugabe. Anybody who wants to clutch onto that history is a wicked person. Because you're not the one who was killed. You're not the one. Kojoe Japan was killed. FP Sarkodie was killed. And Justice Grantinado. And then Major Aqua, he was colonel, he was dropped to Major Aqua in the army because of the involvements near in trying to overthrow Champions government. That's what I heard. Mugabe, as some way see under Article Law 15 of the PNDC law, they set up a committee quickly, a special investigations board, and do a Justice Azukrab, Samuel Azukrab. If you know his name in legal history, go and find out. He was the former Chief Justice of Ghana. He was made to head the special investigations board to oversee the trouble that had come. It was on 3rd July that Rawlings 1982 was briefed. Quickly, when they set up the board, investigations started. And don't think that we don't know the history. People were arrested and brought before the court. Yes, you have Lance Corporal America and Lance Corporal Michael Senya, and then you have Johnny Jandu and Tony Teko, and then Joaquim Amate Kwe. These 5 people were brought and tried in the competent tribunal and sentenced to death. In the middle of the trial, America ran away. You can check in 1983, June 1983, breakout from this. He managed to run away. He ran away with Johnny Jandu and Tony Teko, but they were rearrested and brought back. But America got away. So those people were sentenced, and even when they were sentenced, former President Rawlings went to Joaquim Amate Kwe to hear his last words because of certain allegations that were going on around certain individuals that were close to Rawlings. I don't want to say this thing, but Mugabe, when Captain Kojo Chikata was about to pass on, he made a comment on air. He made a comment in the media that they are telling me very painful comment, and I still share those sympathies. That somebody who knew nothing about it. So Rawlings went to where Amate Kwe was to find out from him, finally, what the true story was. And indeed, people were indeed sent to prison. People were shot. Amate Kwe was killed by firing squad. So Mugabe, assembling in SCA, the SIB sat, they had their investigations, they prosecuted, and people were executed. It's 45 years or 44 years down the line when the judges were murdered. Why would anybody at this time try to clutch onto those straws? It's because they have belonged to that school of thought for a long time. And nobody has questioned them. The family of those affected, they must question this woman. You call up a Deuce Lodge, a horror center. A Deuce Lodge is part of the state's Hotels Commission. Go and find the State Hotels and Catering Rest House. It was part of it. And up until today, it's close to the castle. That's where we host, our big presidents who you don't need to take them to the hotel. You understand? You have a vista, big vista that you. So a Deuce Lodge is not a trial center. Even your courts, you Madam Torkonoo, your courts that you presided over. When you get to Ghana courts, you are terrified. You enter any court and you have a matter with somebody, especially if it is criminal. You are terrified. Even your court environment, you couldn't change it. You are coming to tell us that a Deuce Lodge is what? You are talking about your uncle. You want to play on your uncle's death. And let me tell you something. I'll say it here now. Nobody hates God.
My dika mumanya ntie say ye mame ye Araba Seki e ni dini krado so we de mame to bo aseme boni suspended Chief Justice Araba Seki Gertrude Anaba Asaba Torkonoo mami din doson abujanfo enuntia na aseme din anyway send us some new do send us some new emrano and a bedding a be decided emrano and a bedding a becas mammy tina tenasi and nase cop but maybe who is a honorable no baby I didn't kick a column ha almighty Kevin the cobo detail about one thing because the mammy no called the no cop and even Mugabe Maase cracker. Mugabe Maase ka. Mugabe Maase ka. Other journalist bibio moka wanse. Se ma mene die. Oye denya madam fopa beku. Akufado. Madam Akufado kwa support you. Akufado support you. Akufado nadam fopa beku. Akufado adam fupabe kwa jano na waye ni denia siwe akufado ne kujano nti amama amene waye mobo tisi oni jefo senka akufado na president anko oni hwan ko kase Gertrude na ba Seki Araba mami Torkonoo ye ko suspend na se Chief Justice hwan oni hwan empo oni hwan MPP na wa ban mu enka wo oni hwan wo wano edu hifa betene Insura shama adwene ho ada ho madam fopa be kwa jame na mayendeni ene insura shiri ama adwene ho ada ho ene maame no so ompel she has been suspended senko benya nko beka se me suspend me but I won't go enko benya enko beka se me suspend me o ba me nyede menko bene oni hwan ko kase onko mami Araba Seki Torkonoo Araba oye denya obeko enye nwanwa enye nwanwa yes sana mraniti o otu onu na wanu chabi the law is the law ampa emrani emranso ende mrani kita o ontumum mrani kita ontumani mu akire ena etwe usi wajwa for the way na abusia quick one mani abo video bi so am say video no menim say mumu bebre manye bi ahwe enti no me feel say there is no need say mesia abo video ni bio ni na owura bia owo owanje owo mesia anyo fanchem owo TVSYZ menim say muni pa bebre munim no ogumankra edimpaye ohine baboama ono nso ato de bia ofaya tisi Mugabe pepepe menim say munim no yes ogumankra ora wei ana nanse ya tese wabeye video na video na wabeye no okiremu a say NDC for ashasi twafane ho NDC for ahyase den e twafa ne ho na twom twafa ne ho na nyese bi ono mu nya asemo da bi anyese bi obi afro bi edi torachiro obi o da bi na mmom ade a o expect as a journalist speaking for NDC no onyenyae na saa asɛm yi ɛhyɛ ase so ɔka sɛ ɔhyɛ ase so ɔka saa asɛm yi ɛyɛ mbrɛ ɔte sɛ mobɛka ya maame Bridget Otu ababaawa no wanyi ɔnyɛ akɔda Bridget Otu wɔ yɛ wɔ kurom na ɔkɔyɛ demonstration face the country right ɛne Oliver Bakavama wɔnom ɔmode pepper spray tutugu ma Bridget Otu TV3 broadcaster news anchors whatever ɔmotete sɛbi na taade ha ayekata ne dofo ha ina ma ewi achi Ghana biye de Jakufu adu penso na making face the country samokai Bridget Otu enti yera John Mahama ni second term yo ba yi a na wura yi cheche position si a Bridget Otu enkofo atwene no nya bi no social media they took her on yakasi ye took obi on na ye take obi on which means ye sha say ye betwe o ana ye be blast o tinkofo sha say Bridget Otu onam ho na wo ye face the country onam ho na wo ye say ene NDC aban ba won say mo twa fa won chen NDC aban ba won appointment wanya bi oto no nkomuku kwa ende na course madam you receive na nkofo threat no say wo hu say bi ugimi say bi ebu say bi nya do mo fa nchemi o wo hu ne waye wo hu suban eno mo kan bia na noada as a 3 days ago I think the last week maybe Tuesday or Friday and I'm who say me ankasa me blogger baako me colleague blogger ora efe no ma me fa credit man because me hu no news first and some me ko say confirm that me hwe enso e no kware ora efe no Ghanaian Citizen TV small boy to say me odi dwuma pa me penasem okasama NDC abrebia Ghanaian Citizen TV on the Facebook page and our post say no ma me presidential staffer. See, wow. I'm paso because we no mammy a presidential staffer. Say, my fan Jubilee House. Mammy Bridget Otu, congratulations. We no Ugumangra any or Hiniba Boa Mate one tinani toso one danikete manners me. And this voice my Jimmy said, Memo was in Jimmy. It was easy to say we open for any party. Especially what targeting Untumi TV. Say Untumi force on Babetona already no here is sika I moved into Omefano or the kiss in Abema MPP for hey I say agro asa nya agro akwane nya brio ne nya bripa na ensemo kikan me huni say Yaudi bi ne wonu ampa so Yaudi because to I mean, someone to come out and speak in this way, no, it tells you sampa ni odi yaw. E kom so bia anyeze bia kom do bia na chese oto no didi yo. O feel se omo yi na yipamu. O feel se ma me mo example ni nua bi na wo TVSYZ wo na Power FM. Oye morning show FM kwa menka. Oye Piero I think say good board no muti no. Anye good board ana o kuku board o mami no baako kwa menka onu ankasa oni Ogrumangra na ye oni Ogrumangra ena ye den oni Ogrumangra ena mo ye den omo ye adwuma mati se me baba akwa ti ahwe na odi ni we mo fanche oni Ogrumangra ena ye den eye adwuma ewo hwa TVSYZ na Power FM enti kwa menkanya position ayon nko Professor Jambo num nyina political scientist ene oye habo shippers authority ono CEO ayon nko enkofo bebre journalist okroma omo nyenya appointment even actors and actresses in fact enti Ogrumangra nsem o kan nyina na nyese bi owura no waye bone o me support no and this for apapa yi wayɛ adwuma papa no edwuma bi ɔmo kyie no koraa ɔmo kyie ne tum because of so speaking man MPP NDC Ogrumangra asɛm na mekan na ɔhene baboama eti ɛsrɛ mo ada NDC foɔ mun take it for granted Uja no na so free TVSYZ wɔ no ma mo ho bɛkyerɛ mo because or the case be common MPP for and don't underrated him and as underestimated him or whatever underrate him don't underrate him mo who say mo nka say we dey nipa ba ko pɛ nya hwi mo nye MPP for mo nye MPP for nka say Alan ne we je okɔ amoma ne nko Alan okɔ amoma ne nko ne Alan kɔ nipa pimpim ɛna mo tudu n'akyi enti yesrɛ mo we advice we free team free advice for NDC for mo kɔ hwehwɛ Ogrumangra na mo kra de yemi nwanwa Ogrumangra station yo ti chief of staff ne dio Julius Debra papa won masa ye fast wo nso na wo president dio me masa na mate kɔ na owura no ne nkɔ kasa na yahudi bie wo ne mu bia no onyi nkɔ before say obe free station wa mama so ayehye NDC for so mo see mo pese won win 2024 election 2028 election sorry we nyina ka ho mo bi mfa yahudi nhye ne mu nka se ma ye adwuma mo party no masa bia say ti obi ehia sika o oto no mo kasa ma NDC no anya ne fenti wana se na anya ne kasi a osontia na kasa ma NDC o ana na anya se NDC ba ma abane na abana basa ba no sika ene bibia obi apesika masa sika ntia obi na wiase kurom ha sika so ya de nyina nti esrɛ mo ada mo nkɔhwɛ owura no ɔhene baboama Ogrumangra o host program bi anwumre me yɛ free ne din kakra ti ɛwɔ TVSYZ mo nkɔhwɛ papa no na mo nye den mo mani sika pɛ aduane bi ndi na mo mani japade bi no nka na ntum before say MPP for ombegye no na mo maso ayehye ati na me kyerɛ na ase ti we advice to the party Bronisi a word to a wife is in the north. It is not in the north, it is enough. A yema, I say asempa. Bakupe okachin se ni yema no. No de beye juma. Sebi. Adrubejiwa. Atre bakupe. Spoon bakupe. Eti makachire mo pa munye upa munjai. Mo mane odidi ya na se wiechi na se mo efa mo a me metia menye MPP ni o menye NDC ni nti me memfo bia o me kama asem wati na mecho na se me kama asem abani ya ade be bona baso kuje tabla kwa ya ade bi eno fata se me bona baso before se me free program we so okuje tabla kwa Washington DC Ghana tna ye ba kwa wo honom a omo issue visas na ade omo renew passport US Washington DC na say na omo nya nema bi asabi shortcomings bi na nya adwuma nema bi nya adwuma problems bi edura da ya kuje tabla kwa tutu na mo akọ honom akoye bibia amasisi omo US ompeso mba Ghana bedi holidays na ade omo renew omo passport ne de kan ho nyano they can now access. Let's give a hand of applause. You can say a round of applause to Okuja Tablaka. Such a minister, any Yanu Kuruma, Okuja Tablaka, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Minister for Foreign Affairs. Wayadi ya Mishran or Ye Juma or Rano or Yina Kumum or Ne Dr. Frank Makohina also a regional minister also a yard because bridging and a Honmana Gana Bocano and the MP for better for 8 years no moon sentiment or no so buy or maybe a said bridge. And so far, ministers are minimus or Muye Juma a to force Minister of Finance or Ye Juma. Ena okuye tabla kwa communications minister has some George Rohuye Jumano because LGBTQ ne de masa wanya wada masa ye mpima o you found say 1st of July omo 30 data so na de or sorry omo di data no omo di bi kan but sikane de sa na omo beje che onu mo aye press conference wa be kan kire Ghana for dada etimi de me kan kora kire NDC for some George Emrante no mu free South Africa beye saa nima phone nima tantan wo Independence Square no we be so in president no manya asem papa bi anka mfa ho na se ne ya mo mpemre bi anto honom entia LGBTQ+ na ha Mubi minka bebree why minka bebree mo Sam George what's na parliament issue threat ediko US straight plan MPP for aban mu okay enti mo ntina wana mo nye kwasa ye asi ye hye asi ye nhye ye ne mo kuruma nka mo nkɔ ha nka mo 2028 agenda na gu me catch us me ndc me MPP ni but I'm speaking on authority. Say any party I will support during election, that party will come to power. That is me. Take it from me. Because maintenance is sebi a dream who's idea win Ghana for a car. Inti mamenye de me from support unko e bibi inti me nkoso. So me support ko asa. Enti MPP for NDC for Ugurumangra munko hwe no. Any anti LGBTQ bill no mun sha se mun jintum Mahama sign Yura John any jin intimi nyembra bibi intimi nkoso makro bibia nyankopon hira bye bye.